Hello, welcome back. Today we've got another £200 worth of 10p's that we're hunting through, looking for those crazily hard to find alphabet 10p's. We want some 2019 dated ones. We've never filled a 2019 book. We're still 7 coins off of completing it. We need B, we need QPS, WY and Z, and then we are completed with our first 2019 book. Because the 2019s are so hard to find though, we did start a second 2018 book, which we are much closer to finishing. We're 1 coin off of finishing. We've got all the letters of the alphabet other than H for Houses of Parliament, which obviously goes there. The rest of the book is complete, so you never know, today could be the day we finish this book, unless of course we find 7 2019s before then, but who knows. But let's get into these bags and see what we find. Okay then, so whilst the coin hunt is ongoing, I'm going to be going through some comments that have been left on my videos recently. We start off with Paul Hoskin, who says, how long will it be before all the coins of Elizabeth are replaced by her son? It's a very common misconception that the coins of Queen Elizabeth II are going to be all withdrawn and replaced. There is no active plan to remove the coins with Queen Elizabeth II on them. They will remain in circulation alongside the new coins with King Charles III, which will be added to circulation as and when required. Naturally, some of them will be replaced because coins get damaged, they get worn away. I think the lifespan of a coin is 30 to 40 years. So some of them over time, as I said, will get worn away and need replacing, or will get lost, stashed in money jars that are no longer in circulation, into collections, things like that. But there is no plan to actively withdraw the coins of Queen Elizabeth. It's like the old pound coins. The round pounds were withdrawn to be totally replaced. The new coins for King Charles III will just be added into the mix, so to speak. Robert Eason says, I believe that when Elizabeth II, George VI and Edward VIII ascended to the throne, there were no definitive coins released for the first year. Maybe these are precedents and won't see any definitives until 2024. It's an interesting theory. I don't think that's correct, because when the annual commemorative coin sets came out, the Romans seemed to indicate that we will get definitives later this year, although this year is rapidly running away with no sign of the definitives yet. So I think the plan is to release definitive coins just a bit later this year. I don't quite know why there's a delay so long. A couple of theories. The leading one is that the new pound coin is going to be a definitive design for this year. That was the 40th anniversary of the pound coin, so perhaps that's got to be ready and complete and released before the definitives comes out, because it's got to be in that set. That's the only other thing I can think of. Christopher Ty says, nice to see Taffy coins get a mention. Yeah, I've spoken to Taffy coins a number of times, and we've met each other at the Royal Mint a few occasions, and it's very kind of him to write into my PO box. Not politically correct says, as an auto electrician, I'm always removing trim, seats, carpets, etc., and find quite a lot of old pound coins. I just chuck them in a celebrations tin. I must have about 150 or so, most of them green. I've used them for EGR blanking on various vehicles, and even machined a couple on my lathe to make a pair of stepped spacers. They were the perfect width. Very cool. I imagine you do. I'm trying to think. I found a pound coin on one of my old cars, or old round pound coin. It was kind of cool to come across. But yep, there's tons of them still kicking about. I'm interested. I'd be interested to know how many exactly are still floating about, whether that's in collections down the backs of seats, in the bottoms of washing machines having been eaten by those. It'd be an interesting fact to know. Tina, a Wawo Rundeng, says, why don't you get these coins this often? So this is a long time ago, back when I lived in Basingstoke, the £100 old round pound coins, and it's titled, we don't get to do this often. Why don't I get to do that often? They're no longer a circulating coin. There's a real bind to get them from a bank, because lots of them have already been paid in, have been shipped back to the Royal Mint, melted down, turned into new coins. So it's not very often I get my hands on a large quantity of old round pound coins, and that's why we don't get to do those coin hunts all that often anymore. Mark Stamp says, when a set is minted together, such as Beatrix Potter, why do they vary the number of each minted rather than having roughly equal numbers of each? It's a very good question, and that is one of the unanswered questions, that when it's decided that a coin will be circulated, or when they decide we're going to have, I don't know, we need 100 million 50p's this year. It's not clear quite so much who decides what that split will be. We know there are times where the Chancellor of the Exchequer, in their role as Master of the Mint, can specify they want certain coins to be circulated, like they did with Brexit, with Diversity Bill Britain. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but other ones like that. So we know that there is the possibility for the Chancellor to get involved in that. But when in 2017 they said, right, we want these many coins, who decided there'd be 25 million Benjamin Bunnies and only 2 million 2017 Shield designs the definitives? I'm not quite sure. I'd be interested to know the answer to that for sure. Will Stewart says, hey up, are you a member of Spectre, or is that a Spectre ring? After all this coming over as a nice chap, are you really a Bond villain? Take care. Maybe I need to get a white cat and start my videos spinning around and saying hello and welcome back, Mr. Bond. But no, I'm not a member of Spectre. I can assure you of that. Although I'm sure a member of Spectre would also say that, so maybe. Chris Lum says, could the delay in the definitive coins just be that the coins are being used less and less, as such bringing out a whole new range could be a waste? I rarely use cash these days and it seems the same with everyone I know, so coins aren't wearing out so they don't need replacing. I mean, that's one answer. That's a question to why are less coins minted for circulation each year. I totally agree with that. There are less coins that get minted to go out into our change. That has been a declining number for many years, but the definitive coins would still be released to collectors if they were ready, or there wasn't whatever the unknown reason for the delay in them coming out is. Like I said, I thought maybe they're waiting for the coronation to release them as part of a coronation range, but that has come and gone and we've had no definitive coins. So it might just be that they've got all their machines are busy doing other things, and there's going to be a quieter period later in the year, and that's when they've chosen to mint and release them. But I don't think, well, I know that the condition of the coins out in circulation has no impact on coin releases. We've had so many coins released over the years that have not gone into circulation. Carl Gilmore 2011 says, bearing in mind that you record little in advance, if you did find the 2021 Britannia, would you release the video early in an attempt to be the first coin tuber to find one? This has happened to me. I have found a coin very early on, and I've been 3-4 weeks ahead at times, and then other people have pipped me to the post. So was it the memorial coins? Memorial coins, I had quite a few finds, and no one else was seeming to find them, and then because my videos don't go up for a few weeks until after my backlog videos have got through, I am very much not the first person in most cases to find things, because there are lots of people doing it a lot closer to, was not as much lead-in time. I wouldn't mix around the release of the videos, because that would really affect the sort of the run of it. So if I have 2 weeks worth, say I have 4 50p videos recorded ready to be edited and go live, if in that 5th video I find that coronation 50p, the problem is if I bring that one forwards, I've then got 4 videos where I've said, oh, I'm still waiting to find the coronation when I show you the book, I'm still waiting for that coin, when actually if I put them out of sequence, it's not, I will have already found it. So I don't think being the first one to find something is the most important thing. It's quite fun, but yes, I'd much rather have a backlog of videos, so in case, I don't know, something happens with my car, or I break my foot, or I get a giant cut on my hand and I need a bit of a few weeks where I don't need to be hunting through coins. That's most beneficial to me. Oh, Alpha Loch Ness, we did get one. What year is it going to be though? 2018, and not the one we need for the book, but still an absolutely cracking find. DR Gunsmith says, will the Star Wars 50p's be available in silver proofs? We don't know 100% yet, but I would assume as much, because all the other coin releases tend to come out with silver proofs and gold proofs and all sorts. So hopefully we'll find out very soon, because they're all into doing their big live stream. I can't remember the date. It's is it next Monday, or this Monday, to sort of reveal the designs, which is quite an exciting prospect. Baggerton Bannett says, I'm a bus driver and I managed to get a Commonwealth Games Scotland handed to me. I had to take a double look at it and now it's in my collection. Very cool. Well done you on your find. I guess working with cash in that sort of way, or working on a till or something, is a great opportunity to find coins you still need for your collection, so well done to you. Devil Bud says, I hope the Royal Mint does branch out and start producing some coins that don't have connections to British legacy. There's so many great things in the world that would be awesome on British coins. I highlighted this comment because a lot of time the way it's framed with these Star Wars 50 pieces is that it's the Royal Mint's departure from minting British themes on British coins, and that being a bit of a concern. But I think this highlighted the opposite side of that argument, that actually there are lots of great people around the world, great themes, achievements that could be celebrated on coinage in the UK as well. I think that's a great sort of positive spin to put on it, that maybe with Star Wars leading the Royal Mint from the path that they have long travelled, potentially opens up so many more avenues for things to be celebrated on our coins that, although aren't British, have great impact across the world. And I think that's totally changed my mind. And there's still a bit of a reticence, but that I worry that the Royal Mint might turn into, you see lots of these other mints around the world that mint, I'm trying to think of the nicer way of saying tat. I don't want the Royal Mint to turn into this great big avalanche of tat that comes out all year. It's not that kind of thing. I think the Royal Mint does get its prestige from being selective in the things that they mint, so as long as they're picking things that I think don't harm them effectively, doesn't make it seem like a load of junk's coming out from them, which I know some people already think happens, like the Winnie the Poohs, some of the later Beatrix Potters, all the coins that get minted for collectors and they're not put into circulation. What's the difference between that and some marketing company minting a bunch of coins for the Cook Islands, for instance, or the East Sandwich Islands, or some small place no one's ever heard of? So I get that as well, but I do appreciate a comment like that, because it did make me think, actually there could be a great market for this kind of things. Well, anyway, with that being said, let's go back to the coins. Well, our finds for today, Starfinder is of course the L for Loch Ness Monster, 2018 dated, very very cool. Two Jersey ones, which is kind of cool, and again to one, and this one I'm a little bit unsure about. It looked initially like it could have been a clipped planchet, but it's not quite the right sort of shape, as you can see. But these sort of errors aren't exactly my area of expertise. If anyone can shed a light, it might just be that someone has just cut off the edge with some sort of tooling or something. But very very interesting. Just to find an alphabet 10p in the form of that L for Loch Ness is absolutely amazing. I'm more than happy with that. So let me know in the comments what you think about this coin. All thoughts welcome. As ever, links are in the description to my coin collecting Discord server if you want to come over and join that. There's also links to my other social medias, the PA box address you can write into, and of course the Britannia Coin Company, who I make videos for as my day job for that YouTube channel, so please do check that out as well. All it leaves me to do now though is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.